I almost saved the shit that I just took for that reason.
That's what Indians do. They drink a lot of water before they go to sleep. Yep.
What?
For real, I heard that.
Yeah, he knows that.
Yeah, you heard it because he just said it.
No,
Is it a real
I've
thing?
literally done it to myself too. I have
He-
to be up.
But
said-
Rob like does stuff like this, like
Yeah, but how else would he say Indian alarm clock so fast?
I just with it. I don't know.
No,
I appreciate
listen.
Wait, so they drink a lot of water so they don't sleep late?
Yeah, I do the same thing. Like if I have a really early flight, I'm going to bed at like 2 a.m. I drink a full bottle of water because I know I'm going to wake up to pee very soon.
I would have never thought to do something like that.
Distance of the mics both about that far apart. You're both pretty good. You're up on the mic. Which
I'm too close.
Yeah, but then it sounds different to it.
What about now?
Yeah.
I'll leave it there. Cool. I'm gonna try not to move. Back the mic off. I want to feel like I'm what's like I just want to grab the mic and like do stuff. Rodney, what's my new favorite band member guy?
Falling in reverse.
Yeah. What's his name?
Ronnie Rockel.
Yeah, that's my guy. I just want to do stuff with this.
A fucking weird kid. I hope someone says action soon.
I could say it, but it won't mean anything. Action.
Well, we're getting the band back together.
Holy shit.
This is what the people want. They want a podcast.
Which podcast? Is this the...
There's a lot of podcasts. This is a new, unseen before podcast.
It's an old new podcast.
Kind of. I think this is going to be the Flagner Fail podcast.
Okay.
Better name though. But we're going to keep it. We're going to keep it around the brand.
Okay. So it's not the Kill Rob Bailey show where we talk about Bert and Ernie and dumb
No,
shit?
no. The Kill Rob Bailey show.
Where do
that's a different show.
Where do I let off all my comedic talents? Because that was like my...
We'll have to get another show for that.
Damn it.
Or you can do it in this show.
Okay. Just this episode. And then it switches to...
Well, this
Flagner
isn't even the podcast episode yet. This is the podcast episode where we're announcing that the podcast is coming out. So it's like the trailer.
It's like a pilot.
Yeah, it's
Kinda.
a pilot episode. That's exactly what it is.
Pick us up, Spotify. Do I look at camera? We have cameras now.
We have 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we got three cameras.
I won't look at
We're
them.
professionals.
I'll look at you.
All right.
What are we talking about?
We're telling people about the new podcast.
Listen to our podcast.
If you want to tell them in their souls, right?
It's your
Listen to our podcast.
it's your first time with
This is my
cameras.
first time back. It's been a while.
So Austin's back in Montana. He took a 2-year hiatus.
I used all my vacation days.
Used
is
all
what I
your
like to tell
vacation
people.
days for 2 years. And then you realized how much you missed Montana and you decided to come back.
Yeah, it's fairly accurate.
Closed on a house this morning.
Literally.
You move in Friday. And we're starting a podcast together.
Yep.
Podcast is going to go over what's going on in the Flagner Fail world, what we're developing, mindset, and all things brand.
Yeah, all things Flagner Fail, all things kind of, I think the big storyline that's going to tie it all together is progress. Progress with the brand, apparel, like you said, kind of what we're doing on behind the scenes when it comes to shooting and things like that. So I think the idea is to give everybody like a real good look inside the brand.
Yeah. It'll also keep us on the same page with all the moving parts because we'll at least sit down and talk once a week.
We have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the 7 people are going to be like, we want to listen to your podcast.
We're also going to, not remembrance videos, we're going to do flashback videos.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think there's so many like cool moments. I was talking about, remember the hammock videos that we did?
We watched one last week.
And how we, so we developed this hammock and we sold so many hammocks right away. And it was all because we filmed our testing video. And I think we got like 650 pounds in the hammock and the cable crossover almost fell over and killed us. And
Literally.
we were just trying to figure out the weight rating. And I think that there's so many like branding and marketing techniques that we did organically. And I think it's going to be fun to revisit those now, especially with everything changing, right? Like social media has changed. There's so many new platforms. How people market and advertise have all changed. And I think a lot of the stuff we were doing back then was really ahead of its time. And I'm really excited to like look back and revisit a lot of that stuff, revisit how we started the gyms, the camps, vlogging before vlogging was a thing. Like when we used to say we would vlog, people would be like, what is that? Like, well, it's like a blog, which existed, but it's a video blog. And then we put up a YouTube video and people were like, what's YouTube?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
No.
The other cool thing to talk about is like all that's changed, the media and all that, but the brand has come a long way, even in the last 2 years that I was on vacation.
Yeah.
And the whole direction of it now, what we're kind of leaning into, that is what I'm excited to kind of deliver to the people, because obviously my role and our roles here within the company is to show people that, but being able to actually talk to it and take our time, not just like, oh yeah, we're going to get your attention for 60 seconds and show you this bomber jacket. It's like, no, we're going to sit here and fucking talk about it.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that I'm really excited for, is just the long form media coming back to it.
It'll be really, really good, especially with all the new products coming out.
Yeah.
You know, it'll give us time to explain why we're doing it, how we've tested it, and then also like tease the things that are coming out next winter, you know? So I think the intention is hardcore fans, the people that really like the brand, or people that want, you know, insight into how we're building this, right? Because I feel a lot of momentum with the brand right now.
Yeah.
And I use the word momentum and stuff like that all the time, but I don't think I've felt this same momentum in a very long time. I think when we first started out, like, I don't even know if we felt momentum when we started out, but there was like a fire and something really cool was happening. And we were too young.
I think that's a good way to put it.
We were too young to realize what it was. And I've spent a bunch of years trying to find that momentum again, whether that's with like different staff or trying different things. And I think in the 2 years that you were gone, we can do a whole episode on that.
I don't think this is that episode.
But I was forced to grow a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that you and I were always such a team that a lot of aspects of us did not grow.
Yep.
Because we didn't have to, right? Like we did it together no matter what, until it didn't work. You took a vacation for 2 years, which I thought you'd be more tan, but.
You know, I took a vacation to my basement.
Okay, to your basement across the country. But I was forced to, I think, pick up a lot of the slack that you had left me, and realize that like, ooh, I really need to learn how to like work with staff and manage and control workflow, because I think that I've always been someone who just acts very sporadically, with a lot of passion, either fueled by like love or hate, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that's how I work creatively. And I think the last 2 years I haven't been able to do that because it affects too many people now. Like you were the gatekeeper to everyone else. And then as soon as I stepped in, that whole staff left a month after you, because they were like, whoa, we needed to like work with Rob directly, and I'm impossible to work with. So I had to take 2 years to like sort of restructure how I work with people, even how I speak to people.
Yeah.
And I think you went out in your vacation world and had a bunch of interesting jobs, which the structure was just different, right?
Yeah.
Whether it was more corporate or whatever. And we both grew immensely. And now I think coming back together, in addition to the new products, in addition to like the products we have, but the staff that we have, like I feel that starting right now, and it's really, really exciting. So I think this is a great way to capture it.
Yeah, no, I'm hyped for everything. Obviously, like going out and getting some outside experience outside of just working under you and with you, and I got really good at understanding flag.
Yeah,
and then like going out on the last 2 years while I was in Cabo and hunting everywhere on vacation, it was all right, cool. I have to learn systems outside of. Things don't work the way they worked here when we had that magic and that momentum and all those things. So really learning like applicable skill sets, and I know that was a big word for me.
You better not.
I was just throwing that out there. That's all the stuff that I'm excited to bring back here, is just like some of the outside experience that I got that would have been very beneficial had I had that years ago.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm a big believer in the whole everything happens for a reason type thing. And right now, the momentum, the timing, everything that is happening right now just feels, I feel normal again.
Yeah, it feels really cool. Yeah. So these episodes, I have no idea how long they're going to be, but they're going to be full.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be really, really full. I mean, the amount of stuff that we have going on day to day, week to week is insane. So I think we're going to aim for once a week episodes.
Yep.
We'll have a really nice name for it, and you should see them soon.
Yeah. One of the reasons that like this came about was because we were trying to vlog every week. And it was like vlogging twice a week and then once a week. And it's like, there is so much going on that for us to put out a vlog every week with how much is happening, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like, cool, let's sit down, kind of recap it all, and also just be mindful of talking about what we have going on. I think for everyone is going to be beneficial.
Yeah, I'm excited to go over a lot of the stuff too, because I know there's a bunch of people that watch these podcasts or listen to us that also want to start brands.
Yeah.
And I think our media is the best media out there. I also don't think people realize how much media we deploy.
No.
So I'd like to do some episodes on that, like really talking about what it takes to release a product. Like, yes, we cut and sew the product, develop it, test it for 6 months. But then when it comes time to release it, like it's not just one photo shoot. I mean, it's sizing videos, it's, product specific talking heads. It's all the different looks, all the different models, the different PDP pages. And I think that I want to give somebody something that I wish I had.
Yeah.
Like when I started, right? Because we had to figure it out by paying attention to customers' questions and what they need, and then figuring out how to solve that through media on the front end to limit, confusion, limit customer service questions, all of that. And I think now, like our media rollout plan, from organic media to paid media to owned media to the site, it's all so rad. Like we have such a cool system, and I want to share stuff like that with people, like insight of why we shoot it the way we do, why we pick the models we pick, why we tailor things the way we do, how we pick colors. Like I want to give insight into everything happening.
Yeah. The cool thing about that too is all those pieces in our head, it's one way, and that's what we're working toward right now is like deploying the media and getting the website up to speed is I've only been back for 2 months now, really full time, only a month. So the transition that we're going to take over the next month, 2 months, Q1, heading into getting the brand where we know it can be and should be for Q2 in 2025, we're kind of doing all this in real time.
Yeah.
Updating the website, figuring out the deployment strategy for content and new products and things like that. So I'm excited for it just because it's going to keep us all on track.
It's going to be really rad.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
Well, this isn't the real podcast, so this is short, dude. This is just telling people what's coming.
So we're like hoping CBS picks us up for the other episodes.
CBS?
Yeah. Is that not a channel around here? ABC?
ABC?
NBC?
NBC?
Who are we shooting for here?
I think we're just going to release it on our own.
Oh, I thought this was like national television coverage. I thought this was like my big break.
This is your big break?
I thought so.
This could be your big break.
Okay.
If you bring the jokes, dude, I think they're going to pick you up.
I'll save the jokes for some other time.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you soon.
That's the sign out.
Look at the camera and say goodbye.
Goodbye.